Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see that if you are starting your preparation from May 2020, in that case how can you plan and manage to prepare for NEET MDS 2021 exam, which is going to be held in December. So starting from May, the time you have is June, July, August, September, October, November and December. So assuming you started your preparation from 1st May. So days you have in your hand for May is 31, for June you have 30, for July 31, August 31, September 30, October 31 and November 30. Let's assume the exam is on 1st December. Of course, it is not on the 1st of the December, but we are not counting days of the December right now in your preparation. Okay, the days of December you have will be helpful for your revision even after planning all these things. So we are keeping those days as reserve. And in November, we have AIMS exam coming. So our main focus is to finish our preparation by the end of the October. So if you started your preparation from May 1st, the number of days you have in your hand is 184. Now for this 184 days, what you have to prepare? So if we count the number of subjects that you have, we can divide them into based on the BDS years, that how many years for each years we have subjects. For Anat, Physio, Biochem and DADH. These four are your first year BDS subjects. In second year you have dental materials, pharmac, general pathology and general microbiology. These four are your second year subjects. In third year you have oral path, general medicine and general surgery, whereas in fourth year you have oral medicine, oral radiology, oral surgery, prostho, cons, endo, perio, ortho, pedo and PCD. So if we count these topics in this manner for each subject each, so that way for this final year BDS you have 10 subjects. So around you can say that you have to prepare in this 184 days, need to prepare for 21 subjects. So if you take an average around for each topic, what the time you get is 9 days. Okay, 9 days per subject is the time you are getting for each of these topics. So now we know for preparing for each topic we have 9 days in hand. Now this 9 days are not a strict value. So for example, we know that in prostho we have to cover larger syllabus. So instead of giving 9 days, you can give here 12 days, and the 3 days that extra you got here you can reduce in other topics. For example, you can cover oral path, pedo or let's say general microbiology. You can reduce 1 days each from these topics and you can give those 3 days in preparation for prostho and make it 12 days. This is obviously a personal thing. The subjects that you feel you are going to take more time, you can add extra days into those subjects, and the subjects you feel you are more confident and you will be able to finish them faster, you can reduce the number of days from those subjects and give it to the subject you feel you require more time. Okay, this is how you can divide the days per subject. Now you know, let's assume that we are keeping 9 days for each subjects. So in this 9 days, what all things you are going to prepare? So while preparing during this 9 days, the material that you are going to access is first is our videos. You are getting videos for, depending on the plan that you applied for, you are getting videos for those topics. Second thing you should be going through is dental pulse or dentist. Follow anyone, no need to follow both of them. Third thing you need to prepare for is previous year question papers. Okay. Fourth is the Esper Mds notes that you are getting. Okay, this is how, these are the main things that you are going to study. In addition to these things, there are other topics, maybe reading from textbooks or some other material which is specific for that subject, that we will let you know. For example, for ortho you have Sharan, for endo you have Cohen MCQ. So individual topics or individual material for those subjects we will let you know that you have to read. But basically you have this 4 things to cover for each subject, right? Now this also should be the sequence of your preparation. So let's assume you are starting your preparation for pharmacology from May 1st. Okay, so in that case, in our schedule we have already given you topic wise, like day wise topic for each of those subjects. So what you can do is you can select a topic for that particular day, and then you can start watching the video for that topic. Next you go to Dental Pulse, and then you read the chapter from Pulse or Dentist, that particular chapter. Okay, well, and what you must do is you don't have to just read through the MCQs. You also have to read the MCQs along with the explanations, because in the exam you're not going to get the ditto MCQ which was asked in the Pulse or Dentist, and you cannot expect that same question will come in your exam also. But if you read along with the explanations, obviously it is going to help you in your exam. Okay, next is about the previous year question papers. Now this previous year question papers I'll recommend you to read for at least past 10 years, from 2010 till 2019. This is how much of the previous year question papers you should be reading. Now while reading for previous year question papers, you have AIMS and NEET question papers for both medical and dental. And this AIMS exams is taken twice a year, that is in May and November. Same for the dental. Okay, so for each year you have around 6 question papers to prepare from for each year, and we are preparing, let's say here these are 9 years of question papers. So for 9 years and for each year being 6 question papers, the number of question paper you are going to solve is coming to 54, right? And then again for each of this particular year question papers, for finish all of them, total days for that topic you are getting is 9. So what you should do is you should be preparing at least 6 question papers per day. Okay, so you can say that for each day you should prepare 1 year of the question paper. Get it? That is, for 2010 you should read medical AIMS of May, dental AIMS of May, same way November AIMS of medical and dental, and the NEET or AIPG exam and the for medical and dental, right? So day 1 you read questions from 2009, on the second day you read questions from 2010, and so on. And in this also what you should do is that in all of these question papers we have given you the link of the like which all books you have to prepare for each of these subjects. Okay, so for that what you have to do is in all of those books they have divided the question paper in subject wise. So if you are if your current topic which is going on is pharmacology, you have to only read pharmacology questions from this question papers. So in, let's say you are reading for medical May AIMS paper, so in that number of pharmacology MCQ that are important to us, that will be, let's say, around 10 questions each. Although it is not going to be 10 questions for each of them, but if we are saying 10 questions each are there for each of these papers. So in addition to what you read from Pulse, you are going to read at least 60 more questions of that particular subject from the previous year question papers. So this 60 questions are added to your preparation. Now this also you have to read along with the explanations. Just reading through the questions is not going to help you. Okay, because you cannot assume the same question is going to come in your exam. They have to be, maybe if they are, even if they are not same, they are going to be somewhere related. So if your concepts are cleared by reading this particular questions in explanation, it is definitely going to be helpful to you. Now again, it is not necessary that you have to take exactly 9 days only for reading all of this thing. If you can speed up your preparation, and let's say you finished this topic in 7 days, so in that case the 2 days you are getting extra, you can either shift it to the bottom of your schedule, the overall schedule, where you can give it for revision, or you can revise this particular subject now itself. That, let's say you finished it within week, the next 2 days you will revise what all things you already covered in this particular subject. Okay, next thing you have to cover is the Esper MDS notes. We are giving notes for each of the topic that you have to prepare. Okay, many of them will be in detail, because some topics are very difficult to like point on to particular topics only, that you have to read only this portion of the topic. So for that we have given detailed notes. Depending on how much time you are getting, you should go through it. Okay, textbooks, reading from textbooks should be reserved for the topics you did not understand even after going through this process. So if you went through the video, you have read from the pulse or dentist, from the question papers, and you have read from the notes. Even after that, if you feel that for a particular portion of the topic you are not getting it properly, you can go through the textbook. The textbook also we have provided to you. And then there is extra material that we have already told you, that will depend on those particular subject, so that you can access it, we already given to you. Now this 54 question papers that we saw is for the medical subjects or the basic science subjects that you are going through. For the dental subjects, obviously you don't have to read the medical papers. So for those questions you will have 30 questions, 30 question papers totally. Okay, so if when you are reading a dental subject, for example you are reading, let's say, oral surgery. So in oral surgery you don't have to read these topics of the medical aims. In that only you have to focus on dental aims of May and November, and the dental AIPG and NEET exams. Okay, this is about what all things you should be preparing. Now we know what all things we have to prepare. While you are preparing these topics, you also have to take the test to assess yourself. In our online course, we have 3 type of test. One is your daily topic wise test. Second is the weekly tests. And third are the mock tests. So here you can see in the schedule that we have given for each day, we have given a topic, and at the end of that week we have the weekly test. For daily topic also we have the test, and for the mock test it will also be there depending on the module. So the first module, if it is having first year BDS subjects, at the end of the first year BDS subjects we'll have a mock test that will be comprising of the topics of the first year, that will be NET, physio, biochem and DADH. And along with that we'll also have mock tests for NEET and AIMS as well, that will be having full syllabus that you can start taking, although they are available in your account, but you can start taking the NEET and AIMS mock test once you have finished your syllabus. So you have daily and weekly test. Now this daily test, let's say you have 12 daily tests per subject in your schedule, but obviously we have seen that you are getting 9 days now starting from May. So this should not be a rule that you are taking daily test on that particular day only. If you are finishing a topic early, let's say you finished 2 topics in a day, so before you go to sleep, make sure to take daily test of those particular topics in your application. We have this Android as well as iPhone application which you can use for taking this daily tests. Okay, and once you finish this daily test, go through your report, that see how many of the questions you have marked wrong, because for each wrong you have negative marking. The questions that you don't attempt, you have 0 marks, and for the questions that you attempt, you have +1 marks. 0 for you ones that you don't attempt. Okay, and for the correct ones we have +1 marks. And then you go through the explanations. We have given explanations for most of the question in detail, so you can know more about that particular topic. Okay, and once you have finished, let's say 6 of this first 12, you take the weekly test. We have weekly test of around 100 to 120 questions from these topics that you covered during the week. So for each of these topics you can take the weekly test to check that how much or where does your preparation stand. Now again, just taking the test is not going to be enough. You have to go through the report, analyze yourself, that how much of the mistakes you are making, what type of mistakes you are making, how much of the questions you are marking as wrong, how is the negative marking impacting your overall score. Also read the explanations. Explanation obviously are going to be helpful during your, like, increasing your concept for that particular topic. Okay, and mock test you can start taking. If you finish first module, you can take mock test of that particular subjects of that module. And once you finish your syllabus, you can start taking the NEET and AIMS mock tests. Now assuming you are preparing for 9 hours per day. Okay, this can be plus or minus depending on what is your schedule. So we are assuming that you are preparing for 9 hours per day. In that case, what you can do is you can divide your schedule into 3 parts. First, second and third of 3 hours each. In the first schedule, what you can, this is a plan I am giving which you can use. You can obviously interchange the topics or you can mix them depending on which way is helpful to you. You feel, even after reading for 1 week, if you feel okay, no, this particular pattern is not helping me, if you want to change it, you can change it in the middle also. Our main goal is to finish the subjects within the timeline. So let's assume we have these 3 modules. So what you can do is, in the first module, you can go through the video of that topic and you can start reading that topic from pulse. Second module you should reserve for your tests that you are going to take. Okay, and of course you can interchange both of them. This test can be of the previous day also. Suppose you had finished the topic in the previous day before sleeping. This second module, when you are feeling kind of lazy after reading this first module, you can take the test of the previous day subject that you can cover here. And once you finish the test, you can go through the Esper MDS notes of that particular topic. The topic you started in the first module, you can go through the notes, and in the third module over here you can start reading your question papers with explanation. Okay, so make sure you are giving maximum of your time that is available for you for this particular day in this preparation, because this module that I am giving to you right now is assuming that you have started your preparation in May. And starting your preparation in May, although it is not wrong, it's not that you should not start your preparation in May, but of course you have your competitors who are preparing from October, or even the ones who are preparing for maybe 1 year or 2 years before you started preparing. Okay, so make sure that you are compensating that loss that you have from this daily topic that you are going to cover in this schedule. So you have your videos covered, your pulse, the notes and the question papers. Now maybe you may finish your video and like you may finish a video in the first module, but you may not be able to finish your pulse in the first module itself. That you can shift it to the second module from the time you have extra here, and something if it is missing from here, you can shift it to the third schedule at the third module. And in the third module, whatever time is left, you can use for the question papers. Our ultimate goal is to finish all the question papers in this schedule of 9 days for that particular subject. Again, our goal is to finish it within 7 days only, so that you can have 2 extra days for the preparation that you have remaining. Okay, so this is about the daily preparation. And once you finish, see, remember, sometimes you might feel that you are not getting very extra result in terms of productivity. You might feel that okay, you have read this less only in this today, like you read for 9 hours and you just covered this topics only. Don't worry about it. In the beginning you are going to feel that way. Once you get the rhythm, you will start covering more topics in that particular day. So slowly you will start covering the topics, and let's hope that by end of the October you have finished all this syllabus of the daily topics. And again, because you had given this 2 days here for revision, these are revised also. Now from October end and somewhere around 14th or 15th November, we'll have AIMS exam. Okay, so in that case, you have 2 weeks remaining for revising again. So in this 2 weeks, that is 14 days, again we have 21 subjects. So now you know that how you can manage your time, how you can allot time for this particular day. So here you focus mainly on the, not just on the, but mainly on the AIMS previous year question papers also. And then you must have read the pulse synopsis during that time and the tests that you have taken in our application. So you can go through the explanation of the test, you can go through a synopsis again, and you can read from the AIMS question papers of previous year. If it is a medical subject, you can read from the both medical and dental papers, and if it is just dental, you can go through the dental paper question papers from that particular topic. And once you finish the AIMS, you can take rest for a day, and then again you start preparing for the NEET exam. Now let's assume here again you have 1 month remaining before this NEET exam. So if you are prepared well till here, you'll have one more revision chance before NEET. So even if you are starting your preparation in May, once you'll revise that particular topic when you are preparing that topic this 2 days. Next you'll revise that topic before the AIMS exam, and the third revision will be your before your NEET exam. So you have your 3 revision done, and by the end of October, when you have finished your syllabus, in that case you can start preparing for your mock tests here. So you can start taking your AIMS and NEET mock tests in this phase, and here you can finish the remaining NEET mock tests that were there. So this is how by the end of NEET you will be able to prepare for this particular schedule. You have to show patience, persistence and perseverance in achieving your success in this 7 months. You have this 7 months to achieve your dream and to make yourself, your parents and me proud. Keep it up. I am always there for your help. If you need any help, you can always contact me. All the best. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates.